Karlie Davison, second baseman for the Razorback softball team, who helped put Oklahoma State away in the regional, and now they'll host Ole Miss starting Friday night on ESPNU. And Karlie's joining us now. Karlie, congrats on a great series and the win over Oklahoma State. Good morning. Thanks for hopping on with us.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
2 for 4, game high, 4 RBI, 3 of which came on her 6th inning home run, Chuck, in addition to 2 runs scored in a double. Defensively, she accounted for 9 of the Razorbacks' 18 outs in that game. Do you like hearing us read your stats off like that?
Enjoying that.
I don't know. I didn't know that I made 9 of the 18 outs, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you were busy.
Karlie, what's it like being a Razorback softball player right now? I mean, everybody's kind of adopted you. You're hot right now. I mean, what's it like being a player?
It is actually the most fun thing that I've ever been a part of. Just being in the dugout, we have a lot of fun, and I get to play with some of the best players in the country, so I wouldn't be on any other team.
You are a transfer from Utah. You're a junior. You come in. What were you expecting? I mean, you got a lot of new people to meet, and it looks like you guys as a team have been together your whole life.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know anyone on the team coming in. Obviously knew Coach Gasso from Utah. So I knew that if he was here, then I was at the right place. But, yeah, all the girls really treated me like family from the time I stepped on campus. And it shows on the field. We have a lot of fun out there. So I just couldn't be more grateful to be a Razorback.
You know, Karlie, it's interesting for us to see players from other parts of the country come in and adopt Arkansas, and our fans adopt them. I wonder what it's like, though. You're a young lady. You're in California. You go to Utah, go to Arkansas. What are the adjustments you've had to make just coming to a place that I'm going to guess you hadn't been to a whole lot before?
Correct. I had never been to the state of Arkansas before I came on my visit. So it was different, but it's really cool that I've gotten to experience a different part of the country. You know, I have experienced so many different places, being from Los Angeles, California, and then going to Salt Lake City, very different climate, and then moving to the South has been really great. My family actually moved out here, too. They followed me. They live in Fayetteville. My brother goes to Fayetteville High School, so
How about
we
that?
kind of adopted the Arkansas way. Yeah,
That's
he goes to school right across the street. So Arkansas is home, and I really love it. I feel like I fit in well here.
That's so
and
cool.
yeah, like you said, everyone's adopted me. Yeah, I love it.
That's really great that it worked out like that for you. We were going to ask, what's it like? We hear, about transfers, and we look at you guys as players, and I'm like, oh, they got a good second baseman. But we don't really think about all the moving and everything that goes with all of that. I would imagine it's a lot.
Right. Yeah, it was a lot. That summer after I transferred was a busy one, but I could not be more grateful to be here, that the Lord brought me here and Coach Gasso brought me here. So, yeah, I love Arkansas.
Karlie, what is it about this team? You guys got off to a slow start in conference play, but that's a distant memory now. What if you could put your finger on a couple of things? What are the keys that's made this turnaround possible?
Yeah, I just think about our 2 first SEC series where we didn't really have an identity. We didn't really know who we were. We had a great non-conference schedule at the beginning, played really well, but hadn't been really tested until we started SEC play. And got kicked around a little bit. And then when we went to Tennessee, that's really the turning point in our season. Went and faced Carlton Pickens, the best pitcher in the country, and beat them twice on the road, which is just really huge. And I think that was the moment when we realized, oh, shoot, we're pretty good. And so we just started playing with the chip on our shoulder. And from that point on, we hadn't lost an SEC series after Tennessee. So, yeah, I would say that was the turning point. And since then, we've just adopted this mindset that when we play our best softball, that no one can beat us.
Karlie Davison, second baseman, Razorback softball, joining us on the Chuck and Bo Show. It felt like when you guys beat Oklahoma State, when you came back and won that game in the regional. That's obviously a pivotal game in a regional. But then watching you come out and finishing them off in the regional championship in the way that you did it and just dominating the game, it felt like to me like there's a lot of great teams this time of year, and somebody's got to get hot. Somebody's got to feel like they've got the momentum going their way. Does this team sort of have that feeling right now?
I would say we definitely do. That game on Saturday, we played well towards the end, but even at the beginning, it was a bit uncharacteristic. And so the softball that we played on Sunday was just who we are. And from the very beginning, coaches have said, the goal is to be hot in May, to be playing your best softball right now, late May and June, because that's when it really counts. And so I think that's exactly what we're doing right now. We feel like whoever's in the other dugout, it doesn't really matter. We can beat them.
Hey, Karlie, when you're going up against Oklahoma State in the first game, it's not going real well. Then you've got to come from behind again. Kind of take us inside the dugout when in that game it just, and given what happened last year, there was that thought among some people that, wow, maybe they're just not going to be able to get out of the regional. And then lo and behold, you come back and you win the game. Take us inside the dugout during that period of the ball game.
Yeah, I think at the beginning we were a little bit panicked just because we hadn't been trailing by that many runs in a while. But we have come back before, and so it was just a matter of time before we started stringing hits together. So in the dugout, we were just really focused on, one pitch at a time, not getting too overwhelmed. But people had been saying, this is not last year's team. This is not the team before last year. This is 2025. So I think once we realized, this is a whole brand new team, we're not defined by what happened last year. I think we realized, okay, it doesn't matter what the score is. We know we're going to win this game, and I think every single person in that dugout believed that if we had a strike left, we had an out left, that we were going to win that game, and that's exactly what happened. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible to watch. Karlie, we'll get you out of here with this. Ole Miss comes in this weekend. What's the challenge, and how do you guys kind of keep the momentum going?
Yeah, I think it's unique because we played them the first weekend of SEC play. And so we're a brand new team. They're also a really good team. They've been playing really good softball. And so I think the challenge may be not to get too overwhelmed by what happened at the beginning of the season, just because, like I said, we're two completely different teams, but just to play our game and make adjustments that we need to make because we faced all three of their pitchers in the series. So just trying to make adjustments there, and just playing our best softball.
I lied. I got two more quick ones. What's it? Because you do have the SEC Player of the Year on your team, Bree Ellis. What does she mean to the team and this lineup, and how does it impact you guys on a regular basis?
Yeah, she is just one of a kind. It's a really unique opportunity to be on the same team with her and to be playing next to her at second base. She's incredible. She's one of the most humble people that I know and so hardworking with really talented players. You never know the kind of player you're going to get in the locker room, but I've just seen the work ethic, and she's just been such a good role model for some of the other players that, like, truly, she's in the cages every day working on her swing. It's not just, she's a very talented player, don't get me wrong, but she's a really hard worker. And so I think that's a really good example for us. People are scared of her, and so it's kind of challenged the rest of us to step up when they don't want to pitch to her.
Yeah, they sure are. All right, last one is, I'm sure, especially with your family living in Fayetteville, you've probably got people listening right now. So go ahead and if you got any shout-outs that you want to throw out there, the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, I'll shout out my family. They have been at every single home game. I don't actually know if they're listening right now. I probably should have told them about this.
Well, they can go back and listen to it on demand, okay?
It's
It'll
not
be a
that big.
podcast or
Okay,
on
I'll
YouTube. Yeah, I know they're going to want to.
They're going to kill me. Yeah. They're the best, and I'm just so grateful that they're here.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, it's a joy to talk to you. It's fun to watch you guys play, and best of luck in the Super Regional. Thanks for making time for us, Karlie.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you, Karlie.
Karlie Davison, second baseman for the Razorbacks.